I am Manya K from Belarus. My mother and father had 5 children. When the war started, the oldest was 11, the youngest 2. We ran from the killing squads. My grandfather and grandmother on my mother's side were burned alive in the hut into which were chased all the Jews who didn't want to leave their native and familiar places. Mama told us they saw a glow and smelled burning human bodies. Among them were her parents, my grandfather and grandmother. We traveled for a very long time to the Saratov region. On the way, my oldest sister was lost. Our train had stopped at the station, and my sister ran to get some water. Suddenly, a bombardment began. The train immediately began to move, and my sister was left behind. There was no hope that she remained alive. We left, convinced that one of my mother's children had already been taken by the war. We were already en route for 6 months. The train would move for an hour and stand for a week. On the opposite track, a military train was slowly passing in the other direction. The wagons were flashing by, and for some reason, Mama looked very attentively into the window of each one. A mother's heart. You can't fool it. And suddenly there was a childish cry, "Mama, Mama!" It was my sister, Fanya, calling out from the passing wagon. Soldiers' hands grabbed the child and practically threw her from the train. Soldiers had picked up my sister when she left the train 6 months before, and she had been traveling with them along the paths of war until her path crossed ours. There is more to tell. When the war was over, we returned to our home and found it only in ashes. Our entire little town was burned to nothing. But what happiness it was with tears in our eyes that we were home, although no one had any houses. And so we began to live in earthen huts. Be happy, my American friends.